Have you ever noticed how your body seems to respond differently to the foods you eat these days? Maybe something that never used to bother you suddenly leaves you feeling a little off. Or maybe your doctor mentioned something about cholesterol, blood pressure, or heart health at your last checkup, and it got you thinking, is it time to make some changes in what I eat? If any of that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Turning 60, and the years that follow, brings a whole new awareness to how food affects our health, especially when it comes to our heart. But here's the good news, you don't need to go on a strict diet or give up all your favorite meals. You just need to start making smarter choices, a little at a time, and it can make a world of difference. Today, we're going to talk about the foods that actually support a healthy heart, not the ones you have to force yourself to eat, but the ones you can genuinely enjoy. Think of this as a gentle shift in how you eat, not a punishment. We're aiming for a lifestyle that supports energy, longevity, and feeling good in your own skin. Because let's be honest, we're not just here to live longer, we want to live better. So let's dive right into it, starting with one of the most heart-loving foods out there, oats. Now I know, oats don't exactly sound thrilling at first glance. But hear me out. A warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning, maybe with a little cinnamon or sliced banana, not only is that comforting, but it's also doing real work behind the scenes. Oats are full of a type of fiber called beta-glucan, which helps lower LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol that tends to clog things up in our arteries. And don't worry, you don't need to go full-on bland oatmeal every morning. You can get creative. Add some chopped walnuts, a handful of berries, even a swirl of honey or almond butter. It's the little changes that make a big difference. And the best part? Fiber keeps you full longer, which means less temptation to snack on less healthy stuff between meals. Now, while we're on the topic of breakfast, or any meal, really, let's talk about salmon. Or if salmon's not your thing, other fatty fish like mackerel or sardines work too. These are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which are kind of like a superpower for your heart. They help reduce inflammation in your blood vessels, lower triglyceride levels, and keep your heartbeat nice and steady. If you're someone who deals with blood pressure issues, omega-3s can be a game changer. If cooking fish sounds like too much work, there are shortcuts. Canned salmon is easy to mix into a salad or sandwich. You can even buy pre-cooked fillets that just need a quick heat up. And if you can manage to include fatty fish in your meals even just once or twice a week, you're already doing your heart a huge favor. Now let's talk about something you probably already have in your kitchen, olive oil. The golden stuff. And I don't mean the cheap kind with the fake labels, I mean good, cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil. It's rich in healthy fats that can help lower your bad cholesterol while raising the good kind. It's also packed with antioxidants that protect your arteries from damage. Here's a simple switch you can make. Next time you're cooking, reach for olive oil instead of butter or margarine. Drizzle a little over vegetables before roasting, or use it as a base for salad dressings with lemon juice or a splash of vinegar. Even just dipping a slice of whole grain bread in olive oil with a sprinkle of herbs can feel like a treat, and it's doing your heart good, too. Speaking of vegetables, let's not forget about leafy greens. Spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard, these greens are full of vitamins, minerals, and nitrates that help improve blood flow and lower blood pressure. Now, I know not everyone's a fan of salad. But you don't have to eat them raw to get the benefits. You can toss spinach into a soup, sauté kale with garlic and a splash of olive oil, or blend some greens into a smoothie with a banana and a little Greek yogurt. Sometimes, people tell me, I just don't like the taste of greens. And I get that, taste buds do change with age. But give them another try, maybe prepared a different way. You might be surprised. And even if you just sneak a little in here and there, it's still a win. Now, let's take a moment to talk about something that doesn't always get the spotlight when we talk about heart health, beans and lentils. Affordable, filling, and incredibly versatile. Whether it's black beans in a taco, lentil soup on a chilly evening, or a handful of chickpeas tossed in a salad, these little guys are full of protein and fiber, but they don't contain the saturated fats that come with red meat. Plus, they help stabilize blood sugar, which is important because blood sugar spikes can put extra strain on your heart over time. What I love about beans is how easy they are to cook in bulk. You make a big pot at the beginning of the week and then add them to different meals over the next few days. And if you're using canned beans, just be sure to rinse them well to wash off some of the added sodium. As we've started to explore some of these heart-friendly foods, maybe you're already thinking about what changes you could make this week. And remember, you don't have to overhaul your entire kitchen overnight. It can start with one simple change, like adding a bowl of oats to your morning, or swapping your cooking oil for olive oil. These are gentle shifts that your heart will thank you for over time. Let's keep going. Now that we've talked about oats, fish, olive oil, leafy greens, and beans, let's move into a few more delicious and powerful foods that can help protect your heart and keep you feeling vibrant for years to come. If you're still with me, that means you're already thinking about what's going on your plate, and that's a beautiful thing. Because every time you sit down to eat, you're giving your body either something that helps it or something that makes it work a little harder. And when it comes to your heart, those little choices add up in big ways over time. Now, we've already talked about some great heart helpers, but let's keep that momentum going. One food I absolutely love talking about is berries. Whether it's strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, or even blackberries, these tiny fruits pack a powerful punch. They're sweet, they're easy to enjoy, and they're loaded with antioxidants. These little nutrients help protect your blood vessels from damage, reduce inflammation, and support healthy blood pressure. What I really like about berries is how flexible they are. You can toss them in a smoothie, add them to a bowl of oats, mix them into yogurt, or just eat them by the handful as a snack. And frozen berries? Just as good. Don't worry if you can't always get them fresh, the frozen ones still keep all those heart-healthy benefits. Now, here's one you might not expect to be so important: nuts. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, even a small handful each day can do wonders. Nuts are full of healthy fats, plant-based protein, and fiber. They can help lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and even keep your arteries flexible and functioning well. That's not bad for something so small, right? But there's a little trick here: portion control. Nuts are healthy, but they're also dense in calories. So if you're having them as a snack, a small handful, think about what would fit in the palm of your hand, is perfect. Some people like to portion them out in little containers ahead of time to avoid going overboard. And if you're someone who enjoys crunch, try using chopped nuts as a topping on salads or yogurt instead of croutons or sugary granola. That way, you're getting the texture and the satisfaction, but in a much healthier way. Speaking of crunch, let's talk about whole grains. Now, I know that whole grain sounds like a buzzword, but it's actually one of the most grounding choices you can make for your heart. Things like brown rice, quinoa, barley, and whole grain bread or pasta, these foods give your body sustained energy, and more importantly, they help keep your blood sugar and cholesterol levels stable. White bread and pasta might be familiar and comforting, but they don't offer much in terms of nutrition, and they can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, which isn't great for your heart or your energy levels. Whole grains, on the other hand, digest more slowly, keeping you full longer and giving your body the fiber it needs to function at its best. If the idea of switching feels overwhelming, just start with one thing. Maybe try whole grain bread next time you're at the store. Or swap out white rice for brown or wild rice one night this week. Every little switch adds up. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Now let's move into a food that often gets overlooked, but is so powerful when it comes to heart health: avocados. These creamy green fruits are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that helps lower your bad cholesterol while keeping the good kind intact. They're also packed with potassium, which can help keep your blood pressure in check. And let's be honest, they're delicious. A little mashed avocado on toast with a sprinkle of sea salt? So satisfying. Or slice it up and add it to a salad or sandwich. Even blending it into a smoothie makes it creamy without needing dairy. Just be mindful of portion size, since avocados are rich. About 1/3 to half an avocado a day is plenty for most people. I know it's a lot to take in, But if you're thinking to yourself, I actually like a lot of these foods, then that's the best part. Eating for your heart doesn't have to feel like punishment. It can feel nourishing, comforting, even joyful. You might be wondering, is it really worth it? Do these changes really make that much of a difference after 60? And my answer is always, absolutely yes. Your body is still capable of healing, improving, and thriving, no matter your age. It's never too late to start giving your heart what it needs. The blood that flows through your veins, the rhythm of your heartbeat, it all reflects the love and care you give yourself, day by day. And while we're talking about care, I can't leave out the importance of hydration. Now I know water doesn't sound like food, but it's crucial to everything your body does, including supporting your heart. When you're even a little dehydrated, your heart has to work harder to pump blood. And if you're not drinking enough fluids, it can affect your blood pressure, energy levels, and even how well your medications work. So here's a simple tip: try to sip water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. Keep a glass or bottle nearby, and aim for a little consistency. If plain water is hard to get down, add a slice of lemon or cucumber, or try herbal tea. It all counts, and your heart will thank you for it. Eating well after 60 isn't about rules or restrictions, it's about giving your body the tools it needs to feel strong, capable, and alive. You deserve meals that nourish your health and still bring you joy. You've made it this far in life, and now's the time to thrive, not just survive. Let's keep going with this journey. We've covered some wonderful heart-supporting foods, and there are still a few more powerful, delicious options waiting for us. You know, one of the best things about exploring heart-healthy foods is discovering that so many of them are truly enjoyable. These aren't bland, boring meals. They're colorful, flavorful, and deeply nourishing, and they're doing important work inside your body, even if you can't see it happening. Let's talk about something you may already be enjoying without even knowing how great it is for your heart: dark chocolate. Yes, you heard that right, chocolate. Now, I'm not talking about milk chocolate bars loaded with sugar and cream. I mean good quality dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa or higher. Just a small piece a few times a week can offer antioxidants called flavonoids, which help improve blood flow and lower blood pressure. Isn't it nice to know that a little treat now and then can actually be good for you? It's all about balance. A square or two of dark chocolate with a cup of tea in the evening can feel like a little moment of luxury, and it's also a simple way to show your heart a little love. Now, another food that often gets brushed aside is garlic. You've probably been using it in your cooking for years, maybe even decades, but did you know garlic can help lower blood pressure and reduce plaque buildup in your arteries? It contains a compound called allicin, which does a lot of good behind the scenes. If you're someone who loves cooking at home, you're in luck. Adding fresh garlic to soups, sautés, and sauces is a simple way to turn up the flavor while giving your heart a helping hand. If raw garlic feels too strong, cooking it gently can mellow out the bite while still keeping those health benefits intact. And if you're not much of a cook, don't worry, many heart-healthy sauces and spreads at the store already include garlic as a star ingredient. Now, before we wrap things up, I want to shine a light on a food that's incredibly powerful, yet humble: sweet potatoes. These vibrant orange beauties are rich in potassium, fiber, and antioxidants, a wonderful combination for your heart. They help control blood pressure, keep your digestion moving, and satisfy your sweet tooth without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride. Baked, roasted, or even mashed with a drizzle of olive oil and a dash of cinnamon, sweet potatoes are comforting, filling, and so good for you. If you haven't had them in a while, maybe it's time to reintroduce them into your routine. They're simple, familiar, and just plain good. And while we're on the subject of things that feel familiar, I want to remind you, this isn't about changing everything overnight. You don't need to throw out your pantry or memorize a list of bad foods. This is about inviting in more of the good, more of the foods that support your heart, fuel your body, and help you feel energized and strong. You've already made it this far in life, and that's something to be proud of. You've seen seasons come and go, raised families, built routines, maybe even overcome health challenges. And now, this stage of life can be one of deep nourishment, not just for your body, but for your spirit. Think about the meals you've shared over the years. The family dinners, the Sunday breakfasts, the quiet lunches at home. Food has always been more than just fuel, it's connection, tradition, joy. So as you make these gentle shifts toward heart-healthy eating, try to keep that sense of joy close by. This isn't about restriction. It's about caring. It's about giving your heart, the organ that's been working for you since before you were born, the support it needs to keep going strong. And just to pull it all together, here's the beautiful part: you don't have to do this alone. Invite your loved ones to enjoy these foods with you. Share your new oatmeal recipe with your grandkids. Cook a salmon dinner for a friend. Make a big pot of lentil soup and freeze the leftovers for easy meals. Eating well can be a shared experience, and the people around you may benefit from it just as much as you do. So, where do we go from here? Start small. Pick one thing you're excited to try. Maybe it's swapping white bread for whole grain, or adding a handful of berries to your breakfast. Maybe it's drinking a little more water each day, or treating yourself to a bit of dark chocolate after dinner. You don't have to do everything at once. The heart doesn't need perfection, it just needs consistency. And if you ever feel discouraged, or like you're not seeing the changes fast enough, just remember, even the smallest step in the right direction is still progress. Your heart is listening. Your body is responding. And with each healthy bite, you're making an investment in your future, a future where you feel more energized, more vibrant, and more alive. I'd love to hear from you. What heart-healthy foods do you enjoy? Have you already made some of these changes, or is there something new you're planning to try? Share it in the comments below. Your experience might inspire someone else who's watching this video right now and wondering where to begin. And if this video spoke to you, or helped you feel even a little more hopeful about your health journey, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, because we've got so much more to talk about, from staying active, to managing stress, to just feeling good in your own skin after 60. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to feel supported. And most of all, you deserve to feel proud of the way you're taking care of yourself, not out of fear, but out of love. Here's to living your best life at any age, and to every heartbeat ahead.